One of my favorite stories in the entire Bible is found in Ezekiel. It's the story of the Valley of Dry Bones. But who's that story actually about? Well, let's find out. Welcome to Bible Time. I'm Rajner, and you and I are here simply to renew our joy for Scripture. Our Scripture today comes from Ezekiel 37. Now, here's the beautiful thing about Scripture. This story, the Valley of Dry Bones, it applies to my life. It applies to your life. But who is God actually talking about? Well, let's read. Then he said to me, "Son of man, these bones are the people of Israel. They say, our bones are dried up and our hope is gone. We are cut off. Therefore prophesy and say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. My people, I am going to open your graves and bring you up from them. I will bring you back to the land of Israel. Then you, my people, will know that I am the Lord when I open up your graves and bring you up from them. I will put my spirit in you and you will live, and I will settle you in your own land. Then you will know that I, the Lord, have spoken and I have done it, declares the Lord." See, here's the thing. I think it's really easy to read stories from the Old Testament and just simply pick out how it applies to our lives, which is totally valid. But I think it's also important to read it plainly and just see what Scripture was actually talking about, because I think that'll also enhance your understanding of this beautiful tapestry that God has woven throughout time. And just in case you needed any more evidence that this super famous story is talking about the people of Israel, if you scroll down a little bit farther, it says, "I will take the Israelites out of the nations where they have gone. I will gather them from all around and bring them back into their own land. I will make them one nation in the land on the mountains of Israel." Now, again, I'm not making some huge theological statement, though there are plenty of theological statements to be made about this passage. I'm simply saying when we read the Old Testament, when we read Scripture and it says Israel, maybe God means Israel. Now, here's the bonkers part about Ezekiel 37. God did it. It's happening right now. We are living in a modern miracle, which means if you think about it, it's pretty cool because allegorically, it applies to you and I, and historically, it's true. And at the end of the day, that's the whole purpose of Bible Times, to renew our joy for Scripture. And when we realize that it's so much bigger, so much grander, so much more trustworthy and beautiful than we could possibly imagine, I think that gets us motivated to crack this thing open and say, all right, God, what do you have for me today? All right, much love. God bless.